We're gonna head back over to the house of Roja Parfums with one of the maybe lesser appreciated fragrances in the Oud line. Now the Oud line is comprised of Amber Oud, Oud, and Musk Oud, and we have the new Espresso Oud coming out. Today we're gonna be looking at my favorite from the line, which is Musk Oud. Now, while as this one may not be as crazy complex, as vibrant, as dynamic as the other two, for some reason, whenever I wear this one, it just resonates. It's simple, it makes me feel cozy, it vibes with my style, and it just works. So stick around, I'll unpack the notes for you and let you know if this is a decent buy for you. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, also known as Scent Nick. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. And if you're new here, I create fragrance content in the form of detailed reviews. If that is something that interests you, please consider hitting that like button, drop me a comment below of a fragrance you'd like me to cover, and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button. And now let's get back to this review. So as I was saying, Musk Oud is probably the least appreciated out of the line. Most people like the other two. This one is a bit more divisive. It's heavy into the musks, it's a little more animalic. It really is reactive based on your skin chemistry and your appreciation for musks. So know that going into this one is highly adaptive to your skin type. This is an absolute sample before you buy, or if you're like me and you're just trying to collect everything, you blind buy it all and you take what you get. So with all that said, let's get into this. So this, from what I understand, I may very well be wrong, is discontinued from the main line, but you can still find it here and there at discounters. Prices will range anywhere from $500 to $600 a bottle or so, just depending on where you get it from and how new or how old it is. Now, the perfumer for this was Roja Dove, and the scent profile is going to be a musky, woody oud fragrance. And with that, let's get into the notes. The note breakdown for this one, and especially for a Roja, is surprisingly simple. The top notes are simply bergamot and lemon, and to be completely honest, I never smell them. So from the first spritz, I don't smell those, all I smell is musk. And maybe you get this very quick and very fleeting citrus note and brightness, but it's so subtle compared to the rest of the fragrance that you don't smell it. Really what you're smelling from the get-go is musk and a little bit of the heart. So quickly moving into the heart, because the top didn't even really matter, we've got the heart of rose, jasmine, and ylang-ylang. The star here is the ylang-ylang, which I'm so happy about. This is a very unique fragrance. Like, when I say it's reactive to your skin type, that's exactly how it is. Some people really pick up on the rose. I never smell it. I smell the ylang-ylang and a little bit of the jasmine. Ylang-ylang is a gorgeous note, and the fact that he was able to get as much cutting through as he can, because ylang-ylang is a pretty restricted note, is lovely. You get a yellow floral with this tropical fruit vibe. So ylang-ylang has kind of banana-y, pear-like sweetness, transparent fruity and stuff going on. So it works really well in this. It actually, that sweetness, that transparency, that, clear sweetness, that is present. The jasmine is the next most important note in the heart, in my opinion. Little white florals, kind of creamy, a little more of the clean jasmine, not as sultry and seductive. Like I was saying, to me, the rose is subtle. It's transparent, it's aromatic, not really jammy. That's there for a while. And, all while you're smelling that, you are smelling the musk. So let's get into the base and talk about that part of it. The base is going to include oud, musk, leather, precious woods, ambrette, oak moss, vanilla, birch, tonka, sandalwood, and nutmeg. And just like I've said already, the main player here is the musk. And it's a lot of musks. I don't know. I don't know exactly how many are at play here, but it's a good mixture of clean, crisp, brighter musks that give these powdery, laundry detergent style things. Those are there, but really what's taking the forefront are the more animalic kind of musks, the warmer, synthetic deer musks that we're working with. I don't think that he's using real deer musks in this, but it is cozy, and they definitely smell different skin to skin. On me, I get a lot of sweetness. I get a lot of warmth, slightly like fiery musks, if that makes any sense whatsoever to you. The oud, I don't know. I don't pick up on it a lot. If it's there, it's subtle and it's clean. It's a very clean, metallic, not funky at all kind of oud. It's just a well-refined oud. The leather is subtle. It's a more vintage style, Cuir de Russie style of leather. It's drier, it's spicy, not too animalic, and not too prevalent. As you really get into the dry down, you will start to pick up on the birch, the smokier elements, those cedars, the sandalwoods, those things that are really drying it out. The tonka, the vanilla, those are nice, but they're subtle, just giving, this rounding out edge, a little bit of sweetness. The nutmeg, I never pick up on it. The moss is a nice touch. It gives a little greenness, a little earth, but it's minor. It really just rounds out the base. And then the other important note in the base is going to be the ambrette. The ambrette is an important note to have here because it adds to the muskiness. It adds a little bit of a floralness, adds a little bit of that fruity touch as well to me. It's a nice note, and it helps give more muskiness without it being just a musk bomb. All in all, if you don't like musk, you're not gonna like this fragrance. If you don't like oud, slightly animalic fragrances, you're not gonna like this fragrance. But for me, what this is a nice, soft yellow floral, kind of, fruity and warm, cozy, musky fragrance. It shines in the cooler weather. It's light in a sense, but also vibrant and has a lot of sillage to it. So with all that, let's get into the questions. Is this original? Yeah, absolutely. It's just a good, musky, woody fragrance that I've not smelled anything like this before. The audience for this is unisex, in my opinion. I think with the amount of musk, it's highly reactive on skin types, so it will smell very different on a man versus a woman, and I think that's beautiful. As far as age groups go, this is a more mature fragrance. I'm gonna say 30 and up. Below 30s, you're gonna really struggle with this one and maybe not appreciate it so well. The seasons you're gonna wanna wear this. This is a fall and winter fragrance, definitely suitable for the cooler months. With the warmth, those musks will push and it will be a little overbearing. You'll get really in your face, really powdery kind of thing. So cool months only, please. The occasions, you could wear this as a signature scent, in my opinion. Definitely dial back on the sprays. Wear this as a night out. This is sexy. This is sensual. The amount of musks, the type of musks, they're warm. They're cozy. They want to draw you in. They are carnal in nature, especially with that floral heart. This is meant to, raise some passion in someone. And the performance is very good. The longevity is spectacular. We're talking 10 up to 12 hours longevity, but the projection is not crazy. This will have a bit of presence around you. At the beginning, it is pushing, maybe like a foot or two from you. So it's, a medium to strong to start off with. But with musk fragrances, they really are meant to just cling to your skin and have a very tight bubble around you, creating that sensuality, that allure, and that's where I think this thing shines. So all that said, let's get to the rating. I'm gonna give this one a 7.9. I think this is a very nice fragrance. I don't think it's exceptional. I think it's well above average. I wish the oud was a little more prevalent, but for as basic as this is, I still love it. Just because it's a 7.9, I mean, that's a fantastic score. That's well above average, almost exceptional, but there's not this wow factor at play here. It is unique, which I love that, but this is also a very divisive scent and one that doesn't have much mass appeal, so it's very niche, we'll say. So 7.9 on that. If you've smelled the fragrance, I would love to know your take on it. I would love to know what your thoughts are on just really musky fragrances like this. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the like button, drop me a comment below, and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.